Okay, good afternoon, Mr. Aziz Jimo, good afternoon. How are you doing today? And we have somebody, a Mr. Eric Ibolo, but he won't be able to hear as his audio isn't turned on, right? So I'm just going to send a quick message on the chat section. Thank you. I can see you said good afternoon. Okay, great. Aha. As I was about to send a message, I can see Mr. Eric's audio is now on. So, Mr. Eric Ibolo, can you confirm that you can hear us before we proceed? Thank you, Mr. Aziz said, I'm doing good. And you, sir? Yes, I'm doing good as well. Thank you. It's a good day to be alive, right? And of course, with good health, there is always wealth around the corner. And of course, it is not the other way. It's not good wealth as well. There's not good wealth, there's health. It's good health, there is wealth, right? Great. So today we are gradually going to be discussing copy trading, that is also known as social trading. It's a means of mirror trading, right? So we're going to talk about this. And we always say that in every business, in every industry, there are always different ways to make money, right? So it's always good to know the different ways and then try to tap into all of them, right? So, Mr. Eric, you have not replied us, but I want to believe that you can hear. As Mr. Aziz Jimo has been replying me, that means that, of course, the audio level is good to go from my own end. It's always good for us to confirm that before we proceed, right? So today, copy trading is what we're going to be talking about. And as the name implies, is trading based on copying another person's trades, copy trading, right? We're going to look at this from two angles, from the angle of the fund manager, because it's between two people, the fund manager and the investor. And of course, this is brought to you by TenTrade, right? So this is copy trading, and in some other places you might probably hear it as social trading. So once again, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's indeed a pleasure having everybody here. Please make sure that you have your writing materials ready. Make sure you're taking down jottings. Make sure that your attention level is over here and it is very high. And at any point in time you have any questions, please feel free to ask, right? Great. So as you said now, that this webinar is brought to you by TenTrade. And guys, if you know anybody that will be interested in this webinar, you could as well invite them. It's a free webinar. You could always put up the link for this webinar on your WhatsApp status. You can put it up on your Instagram, on your Facebook, Telegram, put it up everywhere online, and if possible, offline as well, right? So let's invite people to join us. Great. So as we proceed now, any question you have, feel free to ask. A quick disclaimer, trading the financial market carries a high level of risk as it's a leverage market. So make sure that you protect your account appropriately. Most people, we always advise that try to always minimize your losses before you try to maximize your profit. And as much as everybody wants to make money, you need to know how to protect your money. And once you can protect your money, trust me, you'll start to make good money at the end of the day. Look at this like soccer, like football. Now, like in football, the most important thing for any team to be able to do is to what? Is to protect their goalposts so that they don't concede way too many goals, right? So let's proceed. There are different ways to make money. As we said earlier, there are different ways to earn from the business of trading, right? But then people are concentrating too much on one particular way. But by the time you know the other ways, you can now strategically connect yourself to them. I repeat, you can now strategically connect yourself to those different ways in order to balance the account. You want to make X amounts of money on a monthly basis. It doesn't have to come from one place, but rather it could be from trading, which has to do with you trading your own account. It could be from copy trading, which is what we're going to be talking about today. Copy trading has to do with the fund manager and the investor. And then it could be from funded trader. On the funded trader, now, as the name implies, the trader will be funded. So TenTrade has a program, the funded trader program, that can allocate some good funds to you as long as you are a profitable trader. When we say good funds, we're talking about nothing less than $10,000, 30,000, because we have the bronze, silver, gold, and so on, right? But we are not here to talk about the copy trading. If you want to know more about this copy trading, you can as well head over to the YouTube channel. YouTube channel for TenTrade is where we store all our videos. You can head on there. I'm going to drop the link in the comment section. Mr. Eric, we have not heard from you, and I believe you are new. So you might probably need some certain information, but I'm not getting anything from you, so we're just going to continue. So as I was saying, here is the YouTube channel for TenTrade. So do well to follow, do well to subscribe, do well to turn on the notification bell. So when videos are dropped, you have good and early access to them and you can watch and so on. So as we're saying now, for the funded trader, the video recording is there and you can as well attend it live when it is happening next week. We also have the aspect of partnership where you can earn based on referrals. You refer clients, you refer traders to TenTrade. TenTrade will give you commissions based on the profit that TenTrade is making. I want to believe we know how TenTrade makes profit as a broker, right? It will be good for us to understand. It's always good to understand how money is made from your own end and also from the broker's end. It will give you clarity on a lot of things. So it will help you to understand, okay, great. So this is how I'm going to be making money as a partner. A partner is also known as an IB, introducing broker, IB. So you're going to be introducing traders to the broker, IB. Okay, thank you, Mr. Ibolo Eric. I believe this is a Mr. You said I can hear you clearly. Awesome. Great. So let's continue. So now, with that said, with the different ways to earn, we are now going to proceed to what? We're going to proceed to the copy trading, and we're going to be asking ourselves the first key question, as this most likely is new to some of us, if not all of us. Right? The first key question is, what is copy trading? We need to know what copy trading is. And then for us to continue, in order to know what copy trading is when, guys, listen to this carefully because you need to understand this properly. Copy trading is when the trades of a professional experienced trader who is known as the fund manager is copied automatically by others, meaning that the investors are connected to that professional trader, the fund manager. You can see the diagram as well. The master is on top, and then you have those that are copying the trades of the master, right? So the investor, they are called the investors. The investor is not doing any trading whatsoever. I repeat, the investor is not doing anything. The investor is just connecting that account to the fund manager's account. The fund manager is also known as the master, also known as the signal provider, also known as that experienced professional trader, profitable trader, right? And that person could be you. Because as we have the fund manager and we have the investor, right? It could be a case of you could even be the fund manager. So there are lots and lots of advantages, especially when you know how to trade, right? So anything done by the manager, by the fund manager, will be mirrored, just like you're looking at a mirror, will be mirrored into the investor's trading account. Remember, the investor is not doing anything whatsoever. Okay, I hope that is clear enough. Do you have any question based on what we have just explained now? For those just joining us, you're welcome. Ade Oluyinka, you're welcome. And then Kelechi Omer, you're welcome as well. right? So with that said, let us continue. If you have questions, feel free to ask. So now we're going to explain how it works further, how the copy trading works further. Now, we said earlier that it is based on mirror trading, copy trading, social trading, and there is a profit sharing. There's a profit sharing percentage based on the returns per trade. Now, what does this mean? The fund manager is going to make money. How will the fund manager make money? The fund manager is going to make money from trading his or her own account, first of all, but then also as the investors are taking advantage of the performance of the fund manager should also benefit from that. So assuming now the fund manager makes 10%, makes 10% for himself or herself, that means that 10% would also be mirrored into the investor's account. So that 10% profit, there's a percentage of that 10% that will be allocated to the fund manager, right? So that is how the fund manager also makes extra money. That's why we said something earlier that you could also become a fund manager as well. We're going to explain to you there's a ranking table that we're going to look at together that will help you to understand exactly how things are conducted. Now, assuming the investor wants to disconnect, wants to unsubscribe from the fund manager for one reason or the other, there is no penalty fee. There is no penalty fee whatsoever. The minimum account balance that you should have is dependent on the manager. The manager will be the one to specify how much minimum you should come and invest in him or in her. And of course, you can follow more than one manager based on different investor accounts, which simply means if you have one investor account, you cannot follow more than one fund manager at the same time, right? So this copy trading brought to you by TenTrade, right, is what we call investment made easy. Why? Because you as the investor, you are not doing anything. You are just connecting your account to the fund manager, right? Very simple. So you are copying the top performing traders and you are hitting your, whether it's your monthly target or quarterly or yearly target, right? Depending on what? Depending on the fund manager that you pick and depending on the performance of that fund manager, right? So we're going to soon look into the parameters of all these fund managers so you would know, okay, that this fund manager is one that you can follow. This one is not too good, it's aggressive, conservative. Because as a trader, you could either be an aggressive trader or a conservative trader. So we're going to look at the ranking and we're going to help you to understand them much better, right? So as we said, you will get to pick the fund managers based on the performance where you are seeing what they're making on a monthly basis. And as you can see, this guy is smiling, just checking his investment, checking his account on his phone. He's not trading, right? The fund manager is doing all the work, right? So don't forget, you can be a fund manager or you can be an investor. Now, this is a question we always like to ask. Why are you here? And when we say, why are you here? We already know that you are here simply because of money. You want to make money, right? But as you want to make money, at times you might not know how to trade. Maybe you are new to the business, right? Maybe you are probably new to the business or you don't know how to trade. So you are here simply because you don't know how to trade for one reason or the other. You don't know how to trade. It's not working for you yet, right? Or you are very new, you are still even finding your way around what Forex trading is all about. Or you are in that category that you've blown too many accounts, you've lost so much money before, and you are tired of doing it yourself. You want somebody to do it for you. But the good thing now about this copy trading is that you are not handing your physical cash to somebody. You are not giving your money to somebody that take trade for me. No, in your own account, you fund your account, and then you just connect your account to the particular fund manager of your choice. That's all. Or then yours is the case of you don't have the time to trade. You, quote unquote, you are very busy in your 9 to 5, or for one reason or the other, you just don't have the time, right? But then, and also, rather, you are looking forward to managing funds, right? There are people that want to manage funds. As an example, I'll give you a reason why people want to manage funds. So this is why fund managers are created. This is why you too can also become a fund manager. So as an example, you are trading with maybe $1,000, or let's even say you're trading with $100, but you want to be making $1,000. Instead of, listen to this, guys, carefully listen to this because this applies to a lot of people. Now, instead of you trying to turn your $100 into $1,000 each month, what you can do is to trade that $100 in a particular way that shows consistency. You might be making just 10%. 10% of your account balance is $10. $10 profit on a monthly basis. That doesn't scratch the $1,000 that you want to make. But by the time you come on board the copy trading and you are doing 10% consistently, month to month, back to back, and then investors like what they see, they will simply connect their account to yours. And then before you know it, the total money that is connected to you could even be up to $1 million. Yes, $1 million. We'll look at somebody now in the ranking that obviously you see millions of dollars. We're talking about dollars, not naira, that he is more or less controlling indirectly. So it could be a case where you are doing the same, and then before you know it, that 10% that you make of $1 million is 100,000, and from the 100,000, your profit sharing is maybe 30%. Remember, it is the fund manager that will dictate what he or she wants to be making based on the profit sharing. So 30% of 100,000 is about $30,000. You have even passed the $1,000 you want to make on a monthly. Remember, everything is dependent on your performance, number one, and then everything is dependent on the amount that is following you, the amount based on the followers. It could even be one follower that is following you with $1 million, or it could be a million followers, a million investors following you with $1 each. It doesn't matter. As long as the total money that is connected to you is huge, right? I hope we are understanding what we're talking about. I hope it is straightforward, and I'm sure you can't wait till we get to the ranking aspect. But then, first of all, as an investor, we've been talking about a fund manager and an investor. So let me ask this question. As an investor, what's the ideal returns on investment that you are looking for in a fund manager? Now you are looking to connect your account to a fund manager, but what would you like to see on a monthly basis? What type of returns? Do you want to see 100% returns, meaning that you put in $1,000 at the end of each month, you want to be seeing $2,000? What are you looking for? This question is very, very important because it's going to help you to know the type of fund manager that you are looking for, whether you are looking for an aggressive fund manager or a conservative fund manager, right? Because depending on the one you're looking for, it will also determine the type of money that you are going to allocate to this person or that person. Okay, and I can't see anybody typing, but don't worry, nobody answered that aspect. But don't worry, let's continue and then we'll help you out further because the same question applies to the fund manager. As a fund manager, what is the ideal ROI that you would like to achieve? We're asking you based on this ROI so that you are not being too greedy. And when you are greedy, what happens at the end of the day? You might end up picking the wrong fund manager, or you might end up being the wrong fund manager. It works both ways because you could either be any of them. So it's always good to understand the two parameters. What we normally advise, what we normally advise based on an investor, right, is to be more on the conservative lane. Even based on the fund manager, is to be more on the conservative lane. Why? Because the more profit you're looking for, then more or less, the more risk that will be involved. I repeat, the more profit, the more reward that you are looking for, then it is going to equate to the risk as well. And we need to always ensure that we protect our account. Remember, we mentioned that as a disclaimer. Let me mention the disclaimer again. Trading in financial markets carries a high level of risk. You must always ensure that you protect your account. And you protect your account means that you must ensure that you try your possible best to minimize your losses at every point in time. So that's why we're asking these questions for you to understand much better. The higher the returns, the higher the risk is involved. Now, do you agree with this statement? The higher the returns, the higher the risk is involved. We want to hear from you. If you agree, let us know. If you do not agree, let us know as well. Some of us that are here, you might even be a professional trader already. If you're a professional trader, then we suggest that you become what? You become a fund manager today. On the list, I'm going to show you a particular person that joined not too long ago and seems to be very high on the ranking. Okay, okay, I think I'm just seeing Mr. Ade Oluyinka's message. Good afternoon, sir. Okay, and Kelechi Ume said, I agree. Okay, it seems it's only Mr. Kelechi that is here, or maybe the rest of us are busy. We are multitasking. Interesting. We always say this is very important. You are here because you want to make money and you want to make plenty of it. And the funny thing is that this money is not even in naira, it is in dollars. Meaning that by the time you make plenty money in dollars and then you convert it, trust me, it will be what? It will be a whole lot, right? So we need to try to participate more. So you said you agree. Thank you for that. So now, how do you start this copy trading? How do you begin? First of all, you need to register, right? You need to register to become uh, uh, either the provider. The provider is known as fund manager, or you need to register to become the subscriber. The subscriber is known as the investor, or you can even become both. Yes, you can sign up to become that fund manager, or you can sign up to become the investor at the same time. Yes, you can. It's very, very possible, right? So now all you have to now do after you sign up as an investor, as an example, is to now subscribe to a provider, subscribe to the fund manager based on the trading results. Everything is obviously based on the result, and then we're going to look at the result of a few uh, fund managers now for us to understand the parameters better. When you do that, all you now have to do as an investor is just to be checking your trades. The trades that are being copied, you check them, know how they're doing, whether you're checking on a daily, weekly basis, or whatever the case might be, right? You check them periodically. So you can get everything done in your client area. Is there anybody here that does not have an account with TenTrade? You haven't registered yet? Because if you look very well, this is the client area. So if you have an account, you should be conversant with this area. So this is the client area. We're going to do something now. We're going to take you to the client area where we're going to look at the copy trading aspect. And of course, you can click on become a manager. You can see over here, become a manager or become an investor. And you can check on the rankings of these fund managers. Anybody? Is there anybody here that does not have an account with TenTrade? It's very key, very important that we get an account, right? So this is a screenshot. This is a screenshot of the, and this screenshot obviously was not today, it was from a while back. This is a screenshot of the fund managers that we have. If you pay attention to what we have, you can see the first person we have here is Global World Fund, and then the second person we have here is USD JPY Expert. I'm going to show you something as we cross over to the live environment. Live environment meaning that on the client area, when you sign in, we're going to look at something. Don't forget, the first person on this list is the global what? The Global Wealth Fund. And look at the returns so far on the Global Wealth Fund. You can see the returns is what? Is 6,000 what? 6,506, right? 6,506. You can see the USD expert as well. Being number two is what? Being number two is that amount. Can we see? Right? So now we're going to do something. We're going to cross over to the live aspect. So now let me share my screen. So you should be able to see the client area here in front of us. So this is my client area, as we can see, right? You can see I'm scrolling up and down, and then we can actually click on them. You can actually click on invest, and whatever the case might be, get to see more of the parameters of this trader or of these traders, because of course they are traders at the end of the day, right? So let's continue and let's break them down. Most times people normally just click on the first one, or people normally just pick the first one. But we normally advise for you to go over the parameters properly. When you go over the parameters, then you will know truly whether it's the first one you want to pick, or is the second or third, or maybe somewhere in between. Now, I can see some ladies' names here are with us. I think I see at least a Madam Ogie Kate that just joined us. I'm not sure whether Team Talker is a lady or a guy, not sure, because of the names. So yeah, also, by the way, happy International Women's Day to the ladies in the house who are our female traders, right? God bless you all, right? So, you remember the first one that we had? Can you guys remember from the screenshot that we looked at? The first person that we had was the Global Wealth Fund, was about 6,500. You can see now that the return is 6,699. That means that this Global Wealth Fund is still doing well, right? Based on the returns, the total returns that is. I remember number two was USD JPY Expert. You can see Ambrose Annie just came from nowhere and then is now number two. So that means what? That you can go into the fund management for this uh, copy trading, right? As a fund manager, go into it, and within a few days or weeks, it's very possible that you can be topping the charts as well, right? So there's room for people to join in as fund manager. We have just about 27 publicly advertised managers, because you could also be a private one. Maybe you have your people that you want to manage their accounts, but you can't collect their money. You open an account for all of them here, and then just collect all the accounts you use privately. So let's look at this quickly. Please, guys, don't forget, if you have any question, feel free to ask. For those that are coming in late, we're talking about copy trading, which has to do with the fund manager and the investor. The fund manager is known as the trader, while the investor is known as the, will I say, non-trader, or the person that cannot trade and wants to connect the account to a professional trader. Doesn't know how to trade, doesn't have time to trade, or has been having way too many losses and tired, looking for another way to make money. That is the investor. So these are the fund manager portfolios that we have here. So let's go and look into the performances of them all. Timothy said, please, how do you get to this place, sir? I asked a question earlier, but nobody answered me. First of all, excuse me, first of all, do you have an account with TenTrade? That's the first question I need to ask you. Do you have an account with TenTrade? Thank you for your question, by the way. It shows that you really want to check on these parameters here. And you said, I'm just joining, sir. Okay, as you're just joining, did somebody send you the link, or how did you get connected to TenTrade? Did somebody send you the link? Oh, and now you're saying you have an account with TenTrade. Okay, good. You're just joining, which obviously is kind of late, about 30 minutes late. You can always watch the recording from the beginning. But since you have an account, with TenTrade, all you have to do is to log in. Go and log into your client area, right? I want to believe you know how to log in. Once you log into your client area, over here to the left hand side, that is for the laptop, you can see I'm scrolling up and down over there. To the left hand side, you see copy trading here. From copy trading, then you can click on copy trading ranking, right? Click on it here. And you can see I clicked on it, so it's just going to open up here for you to look at the ranking of all the traders. And if it's on your phone, because you can also access this on your phone as well. If it's on your phone, um if it's on your phone, then what's the name? You will see this hamburger sign. You can see this hamburger signs normally at the menu that you click on, and then it gives you the menu for you to, look to view the parameters as well. Someone is asking me a question. As Jimo said, I want to ask, what is your name on the list? Unfortunately, I am not on the list. I am not on the list. If I were I'm not even supposed to be on the list. I'm not allowed to be on the list. If I was on the list, then of course it would be as if I'm just marketing myself and then be telling everybody, follow me, follow me, follow me. So yeah, I'm not on the list now for obvious reasons as well. Okay, Tim Tucker said, okay, thanks, sir. Okay, let me know, guys, if you have any other question, and then of course we would answer them as we proceed. Okay, for those just joining us as well, please, you can watch the recording on the YouTube uh, channel. I posted a YouTube not too long ago, and I'll drop the YouTube link again now for everybody, for those just coming in now. So now look at this, guys. Let's quickly look at the parameters. Let's look at a few parameters of some traders over here for better understanding. Now, remember we said it's not usually the first person that might be the best person for you, right? Because just as in soccer, sorry to the ladies here, but just like in soccer, it's not the person that wins the Champions League or wins the Barclays or Spanish La Liga or whatever that made the most money for that period. Remember, it's a business. It doesn't mean the person that comes number one is making the most money, the best money for you. Well, we're going to do something now, right? I like the fact that this Ambrose Ali, right, just came from nowhere. And as you can see, as it came from nowhere, look at this, guys. The total returns, overall total returns is this over here. For this first person is over 6,000. 6,000. That means that if you were following this person maybe $100, this guy would have done more than 100% for you. Would have done over 6,000 percent ROI for you, right? If you had started with this person at the beginning, right? And then the return for the year within 1 year has been 496, over 496% returns. If you were following for about 1 year at least, this is what you'd have done. So this return 1 year, this shows that at least this person has been trading for at least 1 year, right? At least 1 year. That's why you can see these returns over here. Then this person here, the same person, returns within the past 6 months. This is what the person has done for the 2.51. And then here, returns within 3 months, returns within 1 month, return within 1 week. So you can see that probably within the space of a few days, this person has done over 4%. So you would have an idea that, oh, if I follow this person within 1 week, I can easily make this or that. You can see this other person, number two, right? The return, overall return is 401.99. He has not been trading up to 1 year, not up to 6 months, not up to 3 months, not even up to 1 month, right? But then within 1 week, he has done 327. Remember we said something earlier about a conservative trader and an aggressive trader? Remember we talked about a conservative trader and an aggressive trader? So this will help us to understand better the parameters, based on the parameters, who is aggressive and who is conservative. In 1 week, I won't say much, but in 1 week, this person has done this. Let's do something. We're going to right click now and then open this. We're going to open this guy's portfolio. So this is it over here. But before we click on it, let's just go somewhere else. Let's look at another person's own for comparison's sake. Maybe let's look at this last person here. Right click, open it. Then let's even go to the next page that we have. We'll go back to the next page that we have over here. Then let's just look for somebody else and then open the other person's parameters just to see, right? Click on this person, Dion FX, right? So you guys can easily be here now. So you notice that we did not click on the first person. Let's even click on the first person as well. So we're going to look at the parameters of these people and it will help us understand them better. So let's move this one to the first position here. So we'll just look at them accordingly. So if you look at the parameters, let's look at the parameters quickly, right? So overall returns of this person is what? Is over 6,000, as you can see, as we said earlier, this global wealth fund, sorry. Yeah, global wealth fund. This is him over here or her. Or maybe it's a company, I don't know. So this is the returns overall. And within 1 day, maybe today, has had like minus 0.36%, which has not really been a profitable day, but it's still below 1%. And this person has been trading for 624 days, 624 days. And that's why when we're looking at this here, we're able to see returns for the year over here. because 624 obviously is more than 1 year. So if you look at other parameters, now we don't even need to look at all the parameters here. We're just going to show you the key ones, the ones that are very important for us to take note of. As an example, you can see all the returns within the period of time that he has been trading overall. Has been trading for 624, and this is what he has been able to do within the week, within the quarter, within the year, and so on. And we can see over here from the graph, you can see from when he started, of course, he has been increasing from more or less from the beginning 0 to over 6,000, right? You can see in between 6,000 and 8,000 here is about 6,000, about 6,007. You can see over here it got to a high of about 6,007. Sorry, let me just move this higher. Uh, Something, I think we saw about 6,700. I'm trying to move it higher up to this point. Yeah, about 6,719 was the highest returns he had made, but it shows that he has dropped a bit to this 6,695, so it's not too far off. But even though if you look very well, in all the ups and downs, because in the business of trading, you'd still be having some down days or some down weeks or some down months or whatever the case might be. Tim Toko, your hand is up. You have a question, please feel free to type it out. Or if you have ask your question with answer, you can lower your hand or whatever the case might be. So if you have a question, guys, if you have questions, please feel free to type it out. So we're looking at the parameters of the fund managers for you to have an idea, maybe the type of fund manager that you feel that you should be, or you feel that this is the fund manager for you to follow as an investor, right? So you can see this is good enough going up. So it shows how well the person has been growing the account. And you can see over here from monthly. This person started June 21st, sorry, June 2021, right? You can see that's why it's over 1 year. Since June 2021, more or less he had zero. Maybe he didn't trade, or maybe he traded and it was in break even. They started July 2021. But this is the monthly curve to show how this person has been doing on a monthly basis, the returns, right? On a monthly basis, percentage wise, and so on. So look at what he has been doing all the way. If you notice something, you see more of green than red, right? The highest green here was in the month of November 2021. He made over 200% returns. And then if you look very well again, the lowest so far, I think, might be this red here. If you put on this red, this was April. Listen to this, guys. April 2022, and he had a down month of just minus 2.73. You can see some other reds here. This red is just minus 0.49. This other red here is minus 1.84. So overall, this person is making money. And this month, the month of March, right, where today happens to be the 8th of the month of March, he has done 3.95%. So maybe if you had followed this person, peradventure, you might have seen this in your account. But yes, there's always a but. There are other parameters that you need to take note of as well, right? Apart from the trading, because if you look at the trading over here, it just shows you also some more information based on his trading, how he has been doing so far. But apart from the trading showing the returns over time, right? You need to also check on the equity. I'll show you something on the equity, but for the instrument, you can see the instrument that he has been trading the most. You can see this 30.9% that we have here. If I move the mouse to it, it says what? XAU USD. So this person has been trading more of gold, but then all the same, he has a lot of other instruments that he has been trading. You can see as we're moving around all the other instruments that we can see. And these are the instruments here showing you like the number of trades that he has placed on them. For gold, you can see about 169, and while the others, you have some 54, 62, some is just one, some is just very low, while some is on the high side. So this is like the what's the name? The trading history, more or less, based on the instrument that he has been trading. And when it comes to the statistics, you can see the best trade. This will also help you to make your decision, guys. Remember, this is the first person we're looking at. We're going to still look at more people as well, right? So that we understand better. So we don't just look at one and so it doesn't look as if we're directing you to pick just one person, please. That's why we open up a few and we're going to look at them before we call it a day. There's a question from Timotokwe, please. What is the benefit of this copy trading? Does it mean that someone can be following their footsteps? Yes, you can be following their trades, not not that you are following their footsteps per se. You follow their trades with respect to, because you know you came late. So I will say this quickly and you can watch the recording. Because I know, okay, I think I saw Chibuike Andy that joined a while back too, but was also late as well. A few of us here came in late. You tried to sneak in the back door, but we know when you came in. So the major benefit now as a fund manager now is that apart from trading your own account might be small, but you want to make good returns at the end of each month. So you can be trading your small account as a fund manager, and then you get people to subscribe, people to connect their own account to yours. Now, when that happens, peradventure, as you are making your own small ROI, we asked ROI question earlier, as you're making your own ROI, maybe 10%, you are more or less making 10% for all the investors following you. So if all the investors following you, their money is about $100,000 and you make 10% of that, that is a profit of $10,000 across board for all the investors following you. Now that 10% that you have made, you have profit sharing. You have a percentage profit sharing because you are the one doing all the work. So you would even determine what you want to make. You can decide you want to make 50-50. You can say 30% for you, 70% for the investors, or whatever the case might be. Let's assume it is even 30% from that 10% that you made profit-wise for everybody. So you are making 30% of that $10,000. How much would that be? That means that you are going home with $3,000 and maybe your account balance was maybe like $200, $500, something not as huge as that. But then you are making more as a fund manager. While the benefit for the investor is that the investor probably doesn't know how to trade, doesn't have time to trade, but has the money to invest. So you connect your account to a fund manager. Hope you understand that now. I believe that is good enough explanation quickly because of time. So now looking at the parameters of this person, you can see the best trade. The best trade was what? Over $1 million. What? What does that mean? That means that this person is what? Is trading with good funds, right? Under his belt. Worst trade about minus 223 in largest trade 160, and the trades won, you can see 426 as opposed to the trades lost. So far so good. This guy's performance looks good to go. Probably that's why he's number one with a return of over 6,000. But there's a big but. We need to look at the equity. And we look at the equity with respect to the maximum drawdown. This maximum drawdown, you need to understand what this maximum drawdown means. This maximum drawdown simply means, as you can see, 44% over here, which is almost 50%. This simply means that this person can lose, has the possibility of losing 50% of your own account before the money can grow to what it is growing to. He has possibility of losing close to 50%. So if you're going to follow this person, make sure that it is based on funds that you can afford to lose. Because it's very possible from what we have here that this person can lose this amount for you up to about 50%. So if you can stomach this based on the money that you'll be allocating to this person, then good. But then let's do something. This is the first person we opened. Let's look at the second person, Ambrose Annie. I don't know whether Ambrose Annie is here. Ambrose Annie, you will know, is our own person in Nigerian. And mind you, on this list, it's not everybody that is here. It's not everybody that is Nigerian here, right? Because TenTrade is not only to Nigeria. So Ambrose Annie, obviously we know by the name that this is our own person. So Ambrose Annie, you can see what this person has done. The returns overall, 401.99%. The return in 1 day, 30%. What? So that means that if you follow this person in 1 day this person has done 30% and has been trading for just 29. You can see it's roughly 1 month. Roughly 1 month. That's why 1 month is dash over here. Has not been trading up to a quarter, which is 3 months, not up to 6 months, not up to a year. That's why all of these ones are dash, dash, dash. And of course, in a week, you can see what this person has done, about 327%. And in a day, this is most likely today, 30.07%. So you can see that this person, let me ask you guys this question. This Ambrose Annie trader, our fellow Nigerian, is he an aggressive or is he a conservative trader? Let me ask you this quick question before we look at the remaining two, then you ask your questions and then we call it a day. Is he an aggressive trader or a conservative trader? Okay, we have one person that has replied. Any other reply, any other answer that we have from the rest of us? Let's quickly do that because of time. We try as much as possible to finish on time so that, excuse me, so the recording is not too lengthy. Okay. Kelechi Ume said aggressive. Oge Kate said aggressive. Timitoko said conservative. conservative. Basi said aggressive. Eric said conservative. So you can see that we have split answers. I think most of us are saying aggressive. We have 1, 2, 3 people saying aggressive, and then 2 people saying conservative. And we have more than 5 people here. Since some people are not answering, maybe they're not here with us or they don't want to answer. Now, let me rephrase this, right? I'm going to show you guys something as we continue. This person, maybe I will use driving. Yeah, driving. Now, I'm sure you guys, most of us drive, or at least we enter our cars. This person is more or less a new driver that has been driving for roughly 1 month. He's still on the new driving. And as a new driver, he has gotten to second position very fast. And in 1 week, he has done over this, which is more than double the trading account. Meaning that if you follow this person with $100, right, in 1 week, you have more than $100. You probably have like 300 plus in your account by now in this 1 week. And we said something earlier, maybe some of us did not hear, we're not here when we said this, that the higher the returns, the higher the what? The higher the returns, the higher the risk. So you can see that this guy is an aggressive trader. In 1 day, 30%. That means that if he can make in 1 day 30%, that means that he can lose 30% in 1 day. Don't forget, we also mentioned the aspect. Listen, guys, you can see he has a nice portfolio. He started trading February. Remember, it's roughly 1 month, right? So he started trading February and he did about 28.32%. And then in this March, listen, guys, in this March, in 8 days, just 8 days, he has done close to 300%. Interesting. And remember, we said something very important that we need to check on is the maximum drawdown under the equity. Let's look at his maximum drawdown. If this guy's maximum drawdown is high, then of course, you know, it can easily equally lose a lot of money for you too. Now look at his maximum drawdown. Within the space of just 1 month, his maximum drawdown is 47, close to 50. Look at this guy. Global Wealth has been trading for more than a year, and maximum drawdown is 44%, which is still high. But within 2 years, more or less, approximately, is 44%. But look at this person. Within roughly 1 month is this. You need to understand the parameters, the exact parameters to look out for. Don't just come to the returns and say, oh, this person is doing well, it's making money. The curve is going nicely up as well. No downs, not too much downs and up. Don't just rush and say, oh, this is the person for me to follow. Pay attention to the equity. Pay attention to the maximum drawdown under the equity. There's some key things we need to focus on. It's not even about the instruments that he's trading. Because you can see, he has traded just a few amount of trades, right? This is just a few amount of trades he has been taking. You can see the best trade, $11, worst trade, trades 1, and so on. You can see the parameters here as well. But don't forget, this maximum drawdown under the equity, make sure you are checking on them. It's very key. And that's why we said something, the higher the reward, the higher the risk as well, right? So a maximum drawdown, if you have someone that's doing well, and the maximum drawdown is, let's say, below 20%, I feel that is still a very good trader to follow. You can still protect majority of the account. This person easily, and this person within 1 month, easily 50% can easily go. So you can start with this person today and easily before you know it, you can lose a lot. Quickly, just look at the 2 more that we opened. So you guys can also go and check the parameters and see for yourself. This person has just done only 1.22, only 1.22% within 60 days. You can see different fund managers, different parameters. 60 days, 2 months, have done just 1.22 all time. The 60 days is obviously not up to a year, not up to half a year, not up to a quarter, but of course on is up to a month. So within a month, he has done about 7.09. 7.09, right? A month. That's very high. But why are we seeing a return, a total return of 1.22? If he has done 7.09, that means that he has had some losses, right? He has had some losing weeks or months or whatever. So if you go to the bottom, I just scroll to the bottom quickly to show you 60 days. This guy started January, right? Probably middle of January or towards the end of January or whatever the case might be. But you can see when it started. And as it started during this period, you can see the first one was down close to 1%, the next one down as well. And then it is this month, March, that he went up a bit, right? So you can see that this person didn't start well. And that's why also you can see 1.22. But don't forget, let us check on the equity. Let us go and look at the equity. Looking at the equity, guys, looking at the equity, it is just 13.45. Remember we said anything below 20% is still good, but this guy is not making money yet. So this maximum drawdown is good, but it's not making enough yet, and it's just 60 days. If it was a case, right, it was a case of maybe like this Ambrose Annie that is second on the list, or this global wealth, if they had this drawdown, if they had this type of drawdown, right, then it would be good, right, for you to follow that person because you know that person is within a good risk parameter at the end of the day. So you can pick the the best devil. I don't know whether I can put it that way. You can pick the best one that fits your criteria. You can see we're going through all these few guys. Unfortunately, obviously, we have about 27 people here. Look at the number 27. We can't go over all of them. So if you look at the last one that we have over here before we quickly round up. Oh, no need to look at him, guys. No need to look at this person. What is the return over here? Minus. Minus 99.99. This minus 99.99 is more or less minus 100. You can see that this guy has even crashed the account. Trading for just 55 days, 0%, obviously, right? Look at from zero all the way just went down. Look at what we have. You can see in the first month, this person crashed the account. So you can see that this person was super duper aggressive. You need to be careful with aggressive traders. If you go over to the equity for the maximum drawdown, what will you see? Where's the maximum? Look at the maximum drawdown here. Maximum drawdown 99.99%. 99.99%. This is not who to follow, obviously, right? You can see the maximum profit at one time was 348. You can see that this guy was super, super aggressive. Super, super aggressive. And looking at what we have here, this person could easily be, I'm just saying, I don't know whether the person is here, it could easily be like this Ambrose Annie that we have here. That's so far within 1 month, 29 days, is doing this. But don't forget the drawdown under the equity is high. So the chances of this person doing damages to your accounts is also high. So you need to understand whether the person is an aggressive trader or a conservative trader. This person also puts a strategy here. The person said 2 years experience trading Falcon and SMC. SMC, I'm sure some of us should know SMC strategy. That is the smart money concept. You can see the strategy supply and demand, trend line, SMC, and it said daily target of 50 pips, 50 pips minimum. Now, guys, if I did not know how to trade, but I saw somebody say 50 pips minimum daily, meaning that on a daily basis. One thing you need to understand about the business now is that you cannot predict what you make on a daily basis. Simple. And that's why I'm going to switch the slides, guys. I'm going to switch the slides. I'm going to see the screen to the slides so that we can quickly round up because we don't have much time, right? But I'm doing this now. One thing I want to say is that if you want to be a good trader, I repeat, you want to be a good trader, then I would advise you to attend the trainings under TenTrade, the trainings under TenTrade. We have trainings for beginners, we have live market analysis trainings, and so on. So you can attend them online, like what we're doing here. And some of us most likely will not be in Lagos, as offline education will apply to those in Lagos. And the office is in Ikeja. You can talk to your account manager for the address. Guys, if you have any question, feel free to ask as we'll be rounding up. within a few minutes. Some of us are just joining us now. I would advise you to watch the recording, right? And then you need to understand that you are building a trading business. So as a business, you must treat it as a business and you must be serious with it and then follow all your steps, your procedures, do a lot of writings. And of course, just like the copy trading, you can easily get connected to a lot of investors. So in the business of investment, there are always people that have money, but then looking for where to invest. And before you know it, your account, your business will start to grow and so on. And you can also get training, as we mentioned, from TenTrade would help you out. So a quick advice for fund managers and investors. One advice, please always know your returns on investment, always know your risk appetite, always know what you are willing to part with, right? Because as I said earlier, as a disclaimer, the financial market carries a high level of risk, so it's best you understand what you are going into. So you can come in as a fund manager, you can come in as an investor, go through the parameters as we have shown you, and then pick one, and then pay attention to the maximum drawdown and so on. So we have this here for you, for those that might be interested. We have a Telegram signals group. If you're interested, all you have to do is to fund your account with a minimum of $100, and then you'll be connected to that Telegram group. It's a Telegram group where signals are posted. Now, for the one-on-one 30-minute session, all you have to do is to fund your account with a minimum of $500, and then you can have a 30-minute session with myself where we sit down and then discuss anything. And then daily live market analysis, this is free. You can check with your account manager. It usually runs in the mornings or afternoon where we'll do live market analysis. And apart from myself, we also have somebody also that conducts training as well, facilitator in person of Mr. Toby Okunoga as well. So you can also be handling the daily live market analysis or any of these sessions that we're discussing right now. And then we have training sessions, especially for beginners, as we have a lot of either new traders or struggling traders in the business, right? So this is just a quick one that you can take advantage of. So who is ready to start? Do you feel you are ready to start either as a fund manager or as an investor? Remember, we said in every business, there are different ways to make money, and then it is for you to understand the ways to make money. I repeat, there are different ways for you to make money. It is for you to understand the different ways and then to see how to connect to them, right? It's not just understanding, but also seeing how you can connect to them at the end of the day. Very key, very important, right? So who is ready? Who is ready? Are you ready? Do you feel you are ready to come on board as a fund manager or as an investor? If you're not ready, no problem, no pressure. If you still want to learn, as we said earlier, we have the online training and then we have the offline training. If you happen to be in Lagos or Lagos environs, you can as well attend offline and get to learn how to trade. But then you should just have in mind that you want to be a fund manager. And once you have in mind you want to be a fund manager, no matter how much you fund in your trading account, right, you will not be so aggressive. You know that if you can be doing like we normally advise if you can do consistently 3 to 10%, trust me, you are a good trader. That is more or less a conservative trader, by the way. And a conservative trader would always attract big high network individuals. You would always attract those with big account balances, right? So nobody said they're ready to start for fund manager or maybe the investor. No problem. Whenever you feel you're ready, you can always let us know. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. And of course, we want to say thank you for joining us. It is about time for us to round up now. So if you have any quick one to say, we hope that you got value, hope that you understood what we've discussed today. Because if you have, then you know what you need to do. Either you need to start now or you feel you need to still practice or whatever the case might be, you know how to go about. Having a clear direction, guys, having a clear direction of anything in life, having a clear direction of this business would help you to plan ahead. It's all about planning. Oh, now you understand the copy trading better. Now you know, oh, I can be a fund manager. Oh, I'm not ready. Let me plan towards being a fund manager because that's another way to indirectly manage funds or people. Now, by the time you tell people that you are a trader, Some of them might even approach you and say, now somebody asked me, I think it was, okay, he's not here. I think it was Mr. Aziz Jimo that said, am I on the list? And no, I'm not on the list, right? But you can be on the list. As you're on the list, anybody that says that you're on the list, you say yes. And they easily do what they easily follow you. Are we together? So if you are doing things like this, there are more ways for you to make money. Okay. So because said, please, is there a bonus when someone fund accounts with $50 or it only starts from $100? You have to talk to your account manager. Who is your account manager? And Temitope, do you know your account manager? Because there are bonus offerings, but you need to know the exact bonus offering to connect to. So I would always advise you talk to your account manager on that. Do you know your account manager? Okay, you said Princess. Okay, great. Yeah, you can talk to Princess on it, and it will give you direction with respect to the bonus offerings under TenTrade, right? Okay. Any other question, guys? Any other question? So that we can gradually close the curtains. And of course, want to say thank you to you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There's of course been a good one today. It's always a good one. And we have another session later today by Mr. Toby. So talk to your account manager. You can connect to that as well and then learn more about the business, right? So on behalf of TenTrade, if no further questions, I would like to say thank you for attending. Please, you can watch this recording again on the YouTube. I already dropped the link. So you have the link to the YouTube channel, right? I would also drop the link one more time, which is over there. So connect to it. The recording will be posted up and then you can connect, watch it, and then maybe ask questions much later if you have any. Okay, so I want to say thank you guys for joining us. It has indeed been a good one. Make sure you trade safely. You want to learn anything, you need any assistance whatsoever, do let us know and we'll be there to help you out at the end of the day. Okay, thank you guys and God bless.